So I was on Manny Ottawa's Twitter feed the other day, and I like to look at his feed sometimes. He does have good commentary and brings up some important information that is going on in Canada. So I like to check him out every once in a while. And but if you do look at his feed, you do notice that he brings up Maxime Bernier every other day, and criticize him and whatnot. And that's totally fine. I think that sometimes it's good criticisms and makes you think and whatnot, but other times it's just nonsense. But something that he brought up, it was today, and he was referencing poll numbers, and he's like taking a shot at the PPC, and he's like, did the 15% drop of 0.2% in the PPC poll go to the Liberals or the Conservatives? It's really hard to tell these days, right? So I guess he's insinuating that the people that are voting for Max are more liberal or something than conservative, or he's like, I don't know what, I guess that's what he's insinuating, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. But the poll he's showing shows that the Liberals are at 37.2%. They're in the lead. They went up 0.4. And then the PPC, or I mean the CPC, the Conservatives, are at 35.5%, and they went up 0.4. And the NDP went down 1.1, so they went down quite a bit. And the Green went up 0.5. So clearly, a lot of the people from the NDP went to the Greens, and then the other ones went to the Liberals, and then the Bloc Québécois was down 0.2%, and they went to the Conservatives, and then obviously, I guess the PPC went to the Conservatives, most likely. So, but the thing that I noticed, right, is that if you take the PPC 1.2% and you obviously add it to the Conservatives, that means they'll have 37.7%. So they would be in the lead right now with the Liberals, or against the Liberals, if the CPC or the PPC was voting for the CPC. So people are going to look at this and be like, see, you're splitting the vote, and this is terrible, you're working for Trudeau, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, why are people voting for the PPC? Why are they doing it? Is it because they want to make Trudeau a leader and they like what he's doing? No, it's not. It's because they look at Michelle Rempel, they look at Andrew Scheer, and they listen to their policies, and they're like, this doesn't sound a lot better. And they hear policies that they do like, where it's more free market oriented, etc. So this is obviously why they're voting for them. So instead of the Conservatives just kind of attacking them and stuff and not changing their platform, why don't they just change their platform and get all of those people, or at least a substantial amount of them, to go over to the CPC, right? All they would need to do is, start to actually say they want to reduce some immigration, say they want to do a few things differently, have more free markets, and they'll get a lot of those people, and they'll be able to contend or win against the Liberals. But they don't do that. They're just going to say you're going to split the vote, blah, blah, blah. But just change your platform, and it would be very easy. So it's good, actually, because it gives the PPC, or the people that support them, more power, especially over the Conservatives, to get them to change their policies, because they're going to want these people to vote. They know that they're going to need these people. So what are they going to do? They're going to have to pander to them. They're going to have to do something, or I guess they're going to keep with the strategy that Manny is doing right now, instead of talking to these people, asking them why they're voting for Max or whatever, whether it's even you have a shot of him winning or not. Right? It doesn't even matter if he has a shot at winning. It really doesn't. The whole point, it's almost like a, what do you call it? Like a protest vote, if anything, right? Because just not voting at all, they'll be like, oh, maybe they're just not really interested and whatnot, right? But voting for that will tell them a clear message that, hey, no, we want this. And these people were majority from most likely the CPC, but that's not even technically true too. There was a lot of liberals and whatnot that have converted over the past couple years, and weren't actually voting for the CPC anyways. A lot of them voted for the liberals initially, but they wake up, they learn, oh shit, I've been lied to for so many years with all this leftist indoctrination, and they become less conservative and more libertarian a lot of the times, because they still have a lot of the values. They're still not social conservatives like a lot of other conservative people are, where they're like, well, we should ban weed, and we should ban gay marriage, and we should ban all these things, which a lot of these people that were once liberals think is okay, and I agree too. I think we shouldn't ban weed, we shouldn't ban gay marriage, or restrict, because look at the CPC. They're still, dragging their heels on fucking marijuana and legalization. It's like, if you're really for freedom, you're for freedom and whatnot, this would already be legal. Weed doesn't hurt anybody but the person that is doing it. So drugs in general should be legal. But this is why they are losing support. This is why, it'd be such an easy remedy for them. And like I said, it gives us more power. And it lets you know that you should not actually falter. These numbers and how close they are is actually beneficial, right? Because if they were much, much lower, then they wouldn't listen to them. And if they were much, much higher than the liberals in polling, then they wouldn't even bother with Maxime Bernier. They wouldn't be attacking him constantly like Manny does and some other people, right? So it's only because they're so close that they're attacking them. But that's perfect. That just shows you their weakness and shows you the strength of that 1.2%, right? It that could easily turn the tides against Trudeau and allow the CPCs to win. But hey, instead of us just conceding and being like, okay, I guess we're going to be replaced in the future anyways, just a little bit slower with these fucking conservatives, and I guess we're still going to have all of this influence on the markets, and we're still going to pretty much be moving further to the left, but at least it's not Trudeau. At least it's not Trudeau. It's like, well, fuck that. You know what? Fuck that shit. I don't even, they need to start changing their policies if they want any chance of fucking winning and taking support away from Maxime Bernier, right? Telling him and his supporters that they're stupid and they're dumb and they're whatnot is never going to convince them. That's how you get people to drag their heels in and stay firm in their position. Calling people stupid and all this other shit, it works to change a very small percentage of people's mind. The rest of the people, it doesn't. And it's not their fault for wanting to vote for him. Even if he's lying and he's making all this shit up and he's just saying this to get attention, it doesn't really matter, because the things that he's saying is appealing to those people who feel like the Conservative Party has completely left them, has left conservative principles behind. And a lot of other people are holding their fucking nose to vote for the Conservatives, to vote for Andrew Scheer. So, it reminds me of people voting for Hillary in the fucking election. They're kind of like, well, I just don't want Trump to win, so I'm going to vote for Hillary. I really don't like Hillary as a candidate. She's a shrill fucking bitch. Not that Andrew Scheer's like Hillary per se, but it's just similar circumstances at this point. I can tell a lot of people are not enthusiastic to vote for Andrew Scheer. A lot of people still don't know who he is, right? And that is one of the problems, because he's so cautious with his politics. I don't even care if he would be saying all the things that Max is saying for to use people and to get power. I don't even care if he's saying that just for that. These things just need to be said, need to be addressed. Things about immigration and whatnot, and not conceding to the leftist narrative, which he always does. But like I said before, there's no point of insulting or getting mad at the CPC or the PPC supporters and stuff, because they're just voting for what they want. and they see the party moving further left, and they want them to move further right again. But this gives them a lot of power. This 1.2% has a lot more power than the 35.5% of the people voting for the Conservatives, regardless of what they say, because these people, they have their vote in the bag. So this is why you see the Conservatives selling you out continuously, because they're like, oh, they're gonna vote for us anyways. We can keep moving further to the left little by little. Right? This is what Democrats do to black people in America. They're like, well, we can just not really do anything for them in their communities and stuff, because we know 95% of them are going to vote for us anyways. We could do whatever we want. All we got to do is say the right fucking things, this and that, and yeah, they're going to vote for us and stuff. But even that, they don't have to say the right things. They just know that for the past 30, 40 years, these people are always going to vote for them. And that's what makes you easily controllable and stuff. Because if you're never even willing to not vote or protest vote or vote for somebody else, then they have no reason to appeal to you. They have no reason to appeal to your interest and your need. Like, look at even fucking Trudeau is allowing to reduce immigration in Quebec because he needs those people. See, even there, they're going to reduce immigration, increase it everywhere else because he doesn't need the support of all those people. So don't underestimate the power that you have, especially the PPC right now, even though they have a couple percentage, right? Because with the polling right now, if it's accurate, they're so fucking close that they need that couple percent. So that puts us in a very powerful position to demand what we want. So don't listen to these people and then just fall in line and vote for the CPC because we don't want to give Trudeau another victory or whatever, right? Don't fall in line with this propaganda, because that would just ensure your eventual demise. That's what I'm telling you. We're moving slowly to being replaced, or fast, right? It's increasing. And look at Michelle Rempel, the other video I did on her the other day. She's talking about, oh, no. See, we wanted to bring in just as many dependents and stuff into Canada as the Trudeau Liberals did. Oh, it's fake news. We actually brought in 25,000 people. No, we wanted to increase immigration too, guys. No, we wanted to do something about the climate change too, guys. It's like, fuck, that's why I've never had support for the Conservatives from the very beginning. Like, if you even watch my older videos, you'll see that I was like, I have no faith in them even winning to begin with because they're pussies. I said this years before, or a year or so before Maxim or any of this stuff ever even came out. So it's like, yeah, I've always known. Even, like, they had no chance of essentially winning pretty much a year ago, especially, other than a bunch of the blunders that Trudeau has been doing lately that is going to lower his approval rating. But like a year ago, before all that, like, they had absolutely no shot at all, completely, because they're just pussies. They're not willing to say anything. They're not willing to alienate groups of people that could potentially vote for them, right? So maybe they think if they move to the right further, they'll get that 1 point something percent, but then they'll lose, I don't know, the Sikh community or the something community because of the rhetoric about immigration or something. But if that is the case, then it doesn't matter. And we're going to be replaced either way. So it's like, I don't care. Then who cares? Really? I don't give a shit. But that's pretty much what I had to say about this. I still, like Manny Ottawa, and I like people that disagree with me and stuff, have different opinions and have good points to bring up and whatnot. And I understand there are a lot of good arguments against it and against Maxime Bernier and whether he even has a shot of victory. And like I said before, I don't even care. I never thought to begin with that he really could win the next fucking election or anything like that, right? But it is a good way to, like I said, put pressure on the party that is supposed to represent you to actually start to represent you again. But that's never going to happen if you just fall in line and do what they say. And this is the only chance, right? It's this or nothing. It's this or fall in line and beg them when you fall in line, when they know they have your vote, to do something for you. And good luck getting them to do that. But when they know they need you, when they know they are dependent on you, then you'll see them start to change a few things at the very least. Doesn't matter if they want it or not, if it's legitimate, or if it's like, what do you call it, whether they're doing it for your benefit or not. Politicians just want to stay in power, right? They want to keep their positions of power, so they'll do what they need to do often to get that. Like I said, Trudeau's lowering immigration in Quebec, and we all know his plan is to fucking replace us. But because he needs these people, he's going to fucking lower it just specifically for them, right? Well, so it's to make them happy, right? But that's all I pretty much had to say. I don't want to make this video too long. And if you like my content, subscribe, share the video, hit the like button. If you got arguments, put them in the description below. I'm happy for disagreements and stuff. But that's all I had to say. So take it easy, guys. Have a good one.